Well, good morning. This is Carrie from down in Texas, and as you can see today, I am no makeup. And the reason I am no makeup is I've had several ladies contact me and want me to do a full face video on makeup. I've never done this before, and the reason they asked me to do it is I'm 60 years old, and I've been very, 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 very blessed to have really, really nice skin. And I just did a video yesterday about moisturizer, and I use a moisturizer that is Baby Johnson's Baby Lotion. Yes, you're hearing me correctly. And I've used that my entire life. I use it twice a day. I use it at night after I wash my face with Dove soap with hot water. I wash it with hot water, and then I rinse it with very cold water. The hot water opens the pores, the cold water closes the pores, and then I use the moisturizer very liberally all over my face and all over my neck. And I do that twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. And so I've already done that today, and I put my moisturizer on. I've also used my e.l.f. Putty Primer right here. And I use that basically just, in the areas where I can have a tendency to get a little bit oily, or my pores show. It's not very much though. I don't use very much. I'm as I said, I'm extremely blessed. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I have no idea what this is gonna be like, and so I apologize if it's just not a great video. And sometimes I have to squint because I have no eyeballs to see. So I'm using a L'Oreal. L'Oreal Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Foundation, and this is what I use basically every day that I come into work, where I really don't have a lot of exposure to see anybody. This is what I film my videos in, and I use this. I just put it on my foundation brush, and I swirl it in. I do like to use a brush when I'm doing my foundation in the beginning, just to kind of get it on, and then I will come back through with my fingers, take it down onto the neck. And I'm very fair. I do have some redness in my skin. It's not too bad. It's it's like anybody else who's 60 years old. I have some areas that need a little bit of help. I don't like to wear a whole lot of heavy foundation unless I have a meeting with a client, or something else where of course you want to look your absolute very best when you go to see them. So I just continue to put this on and get it all blended in, and then there's some areas that I do come back in, and I use some concealer. I really like the e.l.f. concealer, and it is, let's see, it is Fair Rose. That's the name of the concealer. And what I will do is I will come in and I will put it right here where we all have those terrible bags. I put it up here because I have a couple of spots. I bring it here, and I bring it here, down on my chin, up on my nose, and up into right here. And then with this, I like to use my fingers with this. I have extremely sensitive eyes, and so a lot of times when I get close to my eyes, and I have tried to use a beauty blender or a sponge or something in the past, it has irritated my eyes, and so I don't generally use those. I just like to use my fingers to get a very good application of the concealer as I'm going, and not get any close to my eyes, because if I get it close enough to my eyes, then I have a tendency to get extremely irritated, and I get really bad watering, and so I just try to stay away from that if at all possible. All right, so this looks pretty good here. And I'm gonna pop in here and just check myself because so I have some pretty significant bags today. Did not sleep really well, so you can kind of see right there. So I am gonna go in with a little bit more concealer right in here. And I'm just gonna tap that in now to try to get that coverage that I need. And that's better. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm new to this game, and so this is my first attempt at doing one of these videos. All right, that's pretty good for today anyways. Today's a pretty calm, quiet day. I don't have a whole lot going on today. All right, so now I am really old school, guys. I grew up where matte finish was really the look, and I'm not very fond of a real wet, dewy kind of look. That's just never been my thing. And so what I do is I go back in with my Revlon Color Stay powder, and I use just a real fluffy powder puff here, and I rub it around, and then I just come in and I seal my makeup, I seal my foundation and my concealer. And like I said, I'm old school. A lot of people do this at the very end, based upon new techniques that have, you know, come to the forefront here lately. But you know, it's kind of hard to teach. It's kind of hard for an old dog to do new tricks, and I'm kind of one of those people. Okay. So that looks pretty good. All right. Now what I do is I come in and I put a little bit of moisturizer on my lips. It's just a moisturizer, and it's also by e.l.f. Let me turn it this way so you can see it. It's just a moisturizer that I like. I also sometimes, guys, use for my powder when I'm working on it, especially towards the end, this beautiful makeup from Floris. It's from China. It's a really, really nice finishing powder that I use at the end when I'm completely done with everything. Now I go in with my blush, and I use L'Oreal's True Match, and the color is Cool. It's a real plummy blush color, and I do like, I'm pretty heavy-handed, I would say, with, oops, wrong brush, sorry about that. Pretty heavy-handed when it comes to blush. I like it on the apples of my cheeks. And I will blend that out as I get towards the end, but I kind of like to see it as I'm going before I put my eyebrows and everything on. So then I do come in now with an e.l.f. bronzer. Sculpting. I'm not a big sculptor, guys. I'll just tell you, it's just not something that in my experience that I've used a whole lot. I do use it more when I'm going somewhere and I feel like I need that little bit of extra help, but I don't use a whole lot during the day, just because, you know, I don't see a whole lot of people during the day, and so I kind of feel like it's a waste almost to use it when I really don't need it, right? Okay, so then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil, which I absolutely love these because they are really, really thin, and you can control them so well. This one is the Instant Eye Lift Brow Pencil, and gosh, it is in, I can't read the color. It's a soft brown. Even though I'm blonde and gray, I still like to have a little bit darker eyebrows. I just go in and I brush them out, and then, sorry, I have to use my glasses for this or else I'd have eyebrows going everywhere. So just come in and I take my pencil and I start to fill in the eyebrows, and I follow the line of my eyebrows. You know, I come from the 80s growing up, of course, and in that time we spent way too much time plucking our eyebrows, and so you know, mine, I have to use a filler here of some sort, or I don't have any. So just come in, that one looks pretty good. Come in and I do the same thing over on this one, and I just follow the line that I've finally been able to establish in my eyebrows, and I just continue to fill in with the pencil. These pencils are just such a great value because they last and they're easy to work with, and the formulas are great, and they're just so easy to control. I got that one a little wide here. I'm gonna have to fix that. And a little round, so I'm gonna have to go in and fix that. But anyways, we will do that here in a minute. And let me find my little, well, I'm just gonna use my finger because I can't find it, just to level that out a little bit. Okay, now I come back in with my brow gel. It's also from e.l.f. and I love this. It really does set my brows well, and I use this quite frequently, pretty much every day. It just helps to give me a little bit more definition. Sorry, I keep putting that in front of you. And it stays really, really, really well with this brow gel. You know, e.l.f. has really, really, really done a phenomenal job in making makeup more accessible to people who are on a tight budget. And for that, I just think that's so phenomenal, because there's so many people out there that are on such strict budgets, and it makes a huge difference. So I applaud them very much. Okay, so one of my favorite palettes here, I love pinks and grays, as you can see in what I wear and in my office here. And so I love this CoverGirl Trunate Smoky Eye. It's full of all sorts of grays, and I just adore this palette. I like a really soft look for during the day, and so I go in with this. And what I normally do, guys, is I come in with one of the softer grays. Today I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to take that, I'm going to just tap, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to put it on my eyelid. I'm going to take it up into the crease a little bit. Going to come over on the other eyelid and bring it up a little bit. And I do need my mirror so I can just see what I'm doing here. I bring it up into my crease. That looks pretty good. Then I get my big fluffy brush here, right here. And you know what? I buy a lot of my brushes from Tuesday Morning or Home Goods, because these are really nice brushes, and they're not really a name brand, but they last really well. They've been washed several times, and they've just done a really good job. I don't believe in spending so much money on tools. I think if you spend a little bit more money on the important pieces that you want, then I think these are pretty much, I think you can use them regardless of the hype, if you will. Okay, so then I just come back in and I sweep that in in my crease with my fluffy brush just to blend it out a little bit, just like that. Then I will come in with another small brush, if I can find it here. I can't find it. Well, I'm just going to use one of these little wands. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to take a lighter color, this lighter color and this lighter color, and I'm going to put it on the interior of my eyelid to give the definition here in the corner and in the corner. Just to give some definition to the eyelid. Break it all up and get some light into the corner there. Okay, then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it underneath my brow. Get some light up there. Okay. All right, then I'm going to take my really small brush that's got a hard angled end on it. This one right here. Don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm going to go into the really dark black right here, and I'm going to mix it with the one next to it, and I'm going to use that as a I'm going to make a little bit of a definition on the lash line, like a liner. I cannot do liner. I've never been able to do it. I was a model, I've been in the industry, but I cannot do, I don't know what it is about it. I just cannot ever get it to do right. So I gave up on using liner a long time ago, and I have always used eyeshadow to do my liner because I can't do it any other way. Okay, then I've got to clean up all of this that's down here. It's a mess. So I go back into my pressed powder, and I use my angled powder brush here, and I just come back in and I sweep all that off, all that gray that fell out. Make sure it's all gone. Go up on my T here. Then I turn it around on this other angled brush, this angled side, and I'm going to go back into the corner of my eyes. The reason I do that is it helps me open my eyes up a little bit. So what I do is I come in here, right in this corner right here, and I add just powder. This is just powder that I'm putting in. It's not eyeshadow, but it's just powder. And then I'm going to come in here and do the same thing here. I have some darker areas up in here, and so I like to widen that and make it look more open. All right. I don't know how that looks, guys. I've never done this before, so I hope you can see what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay. So now I've got my my conceal. I've got everything on. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter on, and it is the same one that I use for my contour. It's my e.l.f. highlighter and contour palette, and I can't read the color, guys. I'm sorry. I'll put it up here so you can see it. It's got some peachy tones to it. I actually prefer cool tones and pinks. They are my, I'm old-fashioned kind of girl, and so I do like I said before, I don't do contouring. It's just not something that I have ever done, and so it's real foreign to me. I think I think there's a lot of great looks out there. It's just me personally, that's just not something that I'm interested in doing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that black that I was working with, the black and the gray, put it on my small pencil here, and then I'm going to run it down on my lower lash line to fill out the colors in the eye, down on the bottom of the lash. And then there's just a tiny little bit of fallout, so now I'm going to go back to my brush. I'm not going to put anything else on it, and just brush it out. Just sweep it off. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with my my lipstick, and this lipstick is let me see, it is Spicy Cinnamon, and it is a Revlon, and it's the moisturizing brand series that they put out. And then I go back over pretty color. Pretty color. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take my beautiful finishing powder here. You open it up, it's really, really nice. It's got a little diffuser right here. I just come in and pick up the powder and finish my go down on my neck. All right. How are we looking, girls? Pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to curl my eyelashes and get my mascara going on here. Greatest tool ever, 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 ever. I absolutely hate it when I forget my eyelash curler. I feel like my makeup just doesn't pop at all when I don't use my eyelash curler. It's one of the greatest inventions. I don't know who made it, probably a man, and if he did, good for you, because I'm telling you, us girls really, really, really love eyelash curlers. Okay. So what do I use for mascara? I love Thrive mascara. Guys, it is phenomenal. There's a beauty influencer on YouTube that got me started on this, and gosh, I can't remember her name. She's got long brown hair. I can't remember her name. I will try to find that and link it down and put it down in a comment for you. She's got beautiful long natural lashes. So I do use false lashes when I have a big event, but that's kind of rare. I just am not comfortable with them. My eyes don't do well with them. I normally have very long, beautiful lashes myself, and so I just try to volumize them as much as I can. Right now I have a problem with this corner of my eye. I lost some lashes, and so I am using some e.l.f. product to actually grow those lashes back, and it's doing really, really well. So everything looks pretty good, looks pretty even. Just looking at myself here, I still have some bags under my eyes, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of emphasis on that today because I just have a couple of errands and I'm in work clothes basically to go finish my patio. So I don't want to do a whole lot, but I promised these two ladies that reached out to me that I would do this, and we'll see. I don't know if this may be my only one. As I said, I feel very, very fortunate to have such beautiful skin at 60. I just turned 60, and I'm very, very fortunate that I've been blessed with beautiful skin and complexion my entire life. So Baby Johnson's powder, Baby Johnson's lotion, it's something else. You got to try it. I've never used anything else. So, all right, so then I'm just gonna come in with my Thrive mascara, and I'm gonna start at the bottom of my lashes, and I'm gonna sweep up And I do have lashes that are starting to come back, which is phenomenal. A couple more weeks and they should be almost back to where they were before. So I just come in and I build, come over here and hit those baby lashes. And it does a pretty good job. I think this is a wonderful formula that Thrive has, and I enjoy using this product very much. It's easy to come off. The one thing that drives me crazy with some mascaras is that it's really hard to get off and you end up damaging your lashes. All right. And like I said, guys, I am new to this, so this is probably not the greatest example of showing you, but I'm just trying to get it done as I promised these ladies that I would. So bear with me if it's not the greatest. I apologize. If I get enough response, I'll do some more. Okay, so that's a pretty good, it's a pretty good amount of mascara on. Lashes look really nice. I'll come down and do the bottom lashes. All right, mascara's done. All right, so let's just take a look and see how everything looks. Looks pretty good. I do want to come back in with my beautiful powder here again, and I want to load my powder puff for my final sweep. Blend in my my blush a little bit, seal my face, and I'm done. So let's see, put my eyeballs on so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, looks pretty good. So you can see I have really not a lot of foundation on, but it smooths it out really nicely. Laura Mercier, that is fantastic for everyday use. It's a tinted moisturizer. I absolutely love it, and it just gives me that coverage that I need. I also use that when I'm filming my videos, so you know it does a pretty good job. I mean, you tell me. I am very, very blessed to have such beautiful skin at age 60. The only issues I have, I've got some little wrinkles that are starting right here, and I use ice here. I don't know if anybody's ever given you that little tidbit, but when I come in and I wash my face with really hot water, Dove soap, and I lather it up and I wash it really good,